Today we're going to be talking about concealer placement, and how to avoid creasing. First thing you need to know is that there's two types of concealers, a mattifying concealer and a hydrating or serum-based concealer. But which one do you use? My girlies with the drier skin, you are going to avoid mattifying concealers like the plague. Please, girls, this is going to make your under eyes look creasy and cakey. But for my girls with the oily skin type, the mattifying concealer is going to oil control and just be a better option for you. My girlies with the dry or mature skin, you're going to want to go for something a little bit more serum based or hydrating. That way you can avoid further drying your under eyes. Depending on what you're looking for, you can either use a concealer that's closer to your skin tone just to cover your dark circles, or you can use a brightening concealer to brighten your under eyes, or you can do what I do and use both to get the best of both worlds. I'm going to throw on some base makeup real quick so that I can come back and talk about application and placement. Base is laid, let's get into some placement. Honestly, the way that you place your concealer is completely up to you, and I feel like it does depend on personal preference. But I'm just going to show you guys like how I do my placement. I first go in with my coverage concealer, the one that's similar to my skin tone that I'm just going to use to cover blemishes and stuff like that. Let's unpack why I placed the concealer where I placed it and like what my thought process is. Obviously, upper lip is for the moustache. A lot of people don't do that, but I do, obviously. Chin and forehead, those are the higher points of your face. So I feel like it's really important to add concealer there just to create dimension. Like inner under eye, obviously to cover under eye bags and to create coverage. Outer corner though, I like to add this little bit to the outer corner so that when I blend it out, I can drag it to the temple and just create the illusion of a snatched eye and just really cinch up the face. I am going to let this dry down for about 5 minutes, and this is just going to help us to achieve a more full coverage look using less product. My biggest tip for blending concealer is just to go from bottom to top and always blend the under eyes upwards. That is because I do love a really snatched look, so just really focus on blending all the concealer upwards so that I can kind of cinch up and create the illusion that my face is really lifted. When I blend out the forehead concealer, I make sure to always carry that down the nose so that we can just define the nose contour. Now, this is my biggest tip for avoiding creasing. First thing, when you're putting on your foundation, avoid placing on your under eyes. That's where your concealer is going to go. My biggest tip is that when you blend out your concealer, blend it underneath the crease. You kind of want to avoid putting a lot of product on this part of your eye. Blend first up to the temple and focus it like just under the eye. You can see I haven't really carried it up. And then with what's left on the Beauty Blender, I'm going to carry that into the under eye. That way, we've kind of focused most of the concealer here and then just taken the leftovers and put it right up to the under eye so that we have less product. For the last step in the routine, I'm just going to take a little bit of my brightening concealer and pop the tiniest bit of that in the inner corner just to brighten it and bring a little bit of life to the center.